How are we doing, guys? All Leeds TV, West Brom versus Leeds, and this is a match preview of the game. Absolutely massive game this. You know, we've got ourselves to the top of the table. West Brom are just outside the playoffs at the minute, have been on the poor run of form, last 4 games, not won in 4, and lost 3 of those 4 games, and have been conceding goals all season. You know, I think the confidence is there with amongst ourselves. You know, there's a lot of confidence going into this game. West Brom fans aren't feeling that confident, but I still think this West Brom team is a massive threat. You know, it's the team that I thoroughly expected to win the league this season, or at least be automatically promoted or pushing for promotion. I still think they are going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. But yeah, obviously the form West Brom are in is a massive boost to ourselves. But that's not to say West Brom aren't going to come out fighting. You know, I think they're under a lot of pressure, and it depends how they respond to the pressure, I guess. But this is an absolutely huge game. You know, our record against the top teams is very, very impressive so far this season. We've played 4 games, we've won 2, and we've drawn 2. You know, you look at our 2 probably best performances of the season, or 2 of the best performances of the season against Derby away, and Norwich away. You know, 2 teams who look really likely to be in and around the promotion battle this time around, and then the draws against Middlesbrough and Forest as well the other week. You know, we've been competitive in every single game. You could make an argument that we could have possibly won all 4 games. You know, we certainly haven't looked outclassed in any of those 4 games as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of West Brom team news, we've not got so much on Leeds team news because we haven't. This has been filmed before the Leeds press conference, but it looks like Chris Brunt is out for West Brom, who I think is a massive player for them in the middle of the park, a real experienced player, and a real good set piece taker as well, which I'm going to get onto too. Dwight Gale's back for this game, who's got a really good record against us and is a really good championship striker, let's be honest. Gareth Barry's also back for this game. But one thing that really does worry me about this game is the height on set pieces. You know, you're looking at people like Craig Dawson, Carl Bartley, who we know all about. You know, Carl Bartley, absolutely fantastic footballer for the club. Someone I did want to see us sign in the summer. I do still think he's a top championship defender, but I don't think it's gone so well so far at West Brom. I don't think the team suits his style so much. I think this types of defender he's playing alongside, I don't think it suits his style, but you know, he's still a top player and a real threat on set pieces. How many set pieces did he score from for us? I think he got 6 goals in his 1 season at the club. And then you look at people like Jake Livermore, height on set pieces, Jay Rodriguez. You know, that's a real threat I think they've got in that position. You know, I think the key set piece taker, Chris Brunt's not playing, but Matt Phillips will probably take over, and that's a real problem I think for us. You know, we've got to really cope with that threat. You know, I think the only real 6-foot+ player we have is Pontus Jansson. Oh, sorry, probably Liam Cooper as well. So we've really got to work out on set pieces how we are defending them, and not giving any cheap set pieces away. That's something we've done a little bit too much of the last couple of weeks. But for me, the team very much staying the same. You know, I'm still going for 4-1-4-1. I want Adam Forshaw in instead of Samu Saiz. For me, the reason for that is I think we need that little bit more cover, to be a little bit more, not so much defensive, but a little bit more respect for who we're playing. You know, I think we do need to have a bit more of a functional midfield, I think, with Adam Forshaw. Someone who's going to track back and drop in alongside Calvin Phillips when we need him to. You know, I think he's going to offer that little bit more of a pure sort of midfielder. You know, Samu Saiz, I think, is someone who can come on in this game as West Brom tire. If we need a goal, I think he's a top option for a game like this. You know, I think he can really drag him out of position. But I'm going to go a little bit more tactical in this video. I'm going to go through something a little bit different, something I've not done so much of, but it's a cool little app I found, and I just thought it might work quite well on this preview. So I'm just going to go through this. So this is what I'm sort of expecting, you know, for both teams. I'm expecting West Brom to line up in sort of a 3-4-1-2 system. It's what they've done all season so far. Ourselves, probably a 4-1-4-1. It's debatable. We're going to get onto that. That is debatable. We might well change that, but for me, that's what I'm looking at. I think, judging by team news, etc., that's what it looks like the teams are going to be. And for me, what can we do to them? Now, I'm looking first of all straight away at this. Matt Phillips, Kieran Gibbs. 2 very attack-minded fullbacks, and I think we can really overload them out wide. You know, we've got Stuart Dallas coming back in. It's not coming back in, but right back. Barry Douglas left back. 2 fullbacks who will attack. You know, Alioski and Hernandez who can create the space, and I think we can really overload that side. You know, I think we can really, you know, if we can have Hernandez here, Dallas there, Dallas going up and down, Alioski there, Barry Douglas going up and down, and we can really overload them out wide and really catch them out of position, dragging the centre-backs out of position all the time as well. And I think another thing which was really big in this game is the high press. You know, especially against Derby, where West Brom lost 4-1 and went 4-1 down in that game, they really didn't like Derby high pressing them. You know, their front three was very much putting pressure on West Brom's front three, who, other than Kyle Bartley, I don't think there's really any sort of ball playing centre backs in that team. I don't think even at a push you say Kyle Bartley's a ball playing centre back. He's probably, his main strength is a pure defender. So I think it's really a back three we can put a lot of pressure on. You know, I think we get Alioski there, Pablo there, just putting that little bit of pressure on. Obviously Kemal Roof high pressing, and then one of Matthias Click and Adam Forshaw pressing as well. And it's I think we can win the ball back high there, and it's a real goal scoring opportunity for us. You know, especially against Derby. You know, I'd like to think we are pretty similar in style to Derby. You know, but I think we can really threaten that back three and win the ball back high up the pitch. That's where I think our main threats are. You know, if we can certainly is a goal opportunity there out of possession for us. You know, on the counter attack, and I look at the midfield too as well of West Brom's Jake Livermore and James Morrison. You know, I think in terms of experience, that's definitely an experienced midfield, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's the most mobile and quick midfield too. You know, I certainly think Matthias Click making his box-to-box runs, Adam Forshaw with all his energy can really dominate that midfield. I'd like to think. You know, I think James Morrison likes to push forward as well. So you know, I think that's something we really can get at. I think that midfield too. I just think defensively they've been poor all season. I think they're letting 24 goals, almost like 1.5 goals a game, which is massive. That is absolutely huge for a team that's challenging for promotion. But they're key threats. You know, I think a lot of people are underestimating West Brom for me. You know, West Brom have got a superb front two to start with. Jay Rodriguez and Dwight Gale. For me, the key battle in this game is Jay Rodriguez versus Pontus Jansson. That is an absolutely critical battle in this game. Jay Rodriguez is very much a sort of, I like to say, the Becchio of the front two. You know, Dwight Gale's more of the Beckford, the goal scorer, but Jay Rodriguez offers that little bit more link-up play, and he'll battle, he'll win the headers, he'll link-up play. He's the real key part of this team. And I think the key thing is stopping Jay Rodriguez, and I think that's Pontus's job. If Pontus can win that battle, I think it really gives us a key advantage against this West Brom team. But that front two represents 16 goals so far this season, and neither of them have played every game, so that really shows a real threat there. 8 goals each for Dwight Gale and Jay Rodriguez, so there's a threat there. But probably the biggest threat in this West Brom team, West Brom star man this season, Harvey Barnes, a central winger. You know, essentially his job, he's sort of playing in the number 10 role, but his job is really, he's drifting out here, he's drifting out there. Wherever the ball is, he's drifting out and creating chances out wide, or he's even drifted into the middle of the pitch. You know, he's there, and he's a real threat. And I think Calvin Phillips has really got a job on his hands dealing with him. I'm confident Calvin can do the job, but him there, Harvey Barnes is possibly dragging Calvin Phillips out of position. I think we need Adam Forshaw dropping in there to cover that threat. But yeah, I think Harvey Barnes is going to try and target our right hand side a little bit, with Stuart Dallas obviously being inexperienced at right back and a makeshift right back. But yeah, that's a clear threat too. But this front five, if you like, represents 27 goals this season. That's one less than the total we've scored this season. We've scored 33 goals this season in total. 27 goals that represents. And for me, that could potentially see a system change from Marcelo Bielsa. You know, I've said before about how he always likes to have one extra centre-back and the other team has strikers. With that logic, as he tried against Ipswich, as they went for 2 up front, we might see a change to this. We might see a bit more of a back three. Calvin Phillips dropping in, Pablo pushing up there, Stewie Dallas there, Adam Forshaw sort of playing as a holding midfielder, Roofy there, Matthias Click sort of playing higher up, and Evshan Alioski pushing forward. Of course, Barry Douglas left wing back. We might see a bit more of a change there, you know, possibly even a 3-4-3, but Matthias Click playing box to box. But that's in response to how West Brom set up. I wouldn't be surprised if we set up like that, trying to outnumber Dwight Gale and Jay Rodriguez in sort of the defensive positions, having an extra little bit of cover there. You know, Harvey Barnes being covered by Adam Forshaw. I wouldn't be surprised if we change into that sort of shape for this game. And then the other thing you have as well is Hernandez, Roof and Alioski push forward a little bit more. Douglas and Dallas able to do this, and we're able to sort of press them high up the pitch and win the ball high up the pitch. You know, Adam Forshaw can do this, Matthews Click can do this, and we can win that ball high up the pitch and really stop West Brom playing out, because that's how they're trying to play this season. But I don't think that suits West Brom, and for me there's a lot of opportunities there. I think we could see a system change, but the key battle for me is Jay Rodriguez against Pontus Jansson. That is an absolutely massive battle. If we can win that battle, I think you very much stop the key threat of that front two. Obviously Harvey Barnes is another one where I think we're going to have to need Calvin Phillips to do a man marking job, but if we're playing for back three, it'll have to be Adam Forshaw. But Adam Forshaw can do that job. He's got experience in the big games for Middlesbrough. You know, Aitor Karanka really trusted Adam Forshaw in big games. I think he's a big game player. I think Alioski's a key part of this game as well. You know, Alioski will work all day long. Against Matt Phillips on that right side, he is super productive. So we need maybe you know, to the 2-on-1 situations to sort of have that extra bit of cover, to double up on Matt Phillips if you like. That is going to be key in this game. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've been Oscar Marriott, and we'll see you later. We'll also check out Conor and Rambling's review preview of the game, Joe's preview of the game, and our other videos this week. You know, Joe Wainman's Monday Night Football was an absolute belter this week, absolutely fantastic one. And I've also done a quick video on comparing us to the previous Championship champions. I've been Oscar Marriott, and we'll see you later.